Hi everyone, good evening. How are we doing? Yes, so I'm so excited to be at your face and then welcome all of you to the beginning of the Skillsprint Conference 2023. Yes, yay! Who's excited? Who's there? Let's see some fire. Let's see some energy in the room. I'm excited to be at your face. So yes, my name is Esoe Esther. And somebody said to me that the way I usually pronounce my name, like I pronounce it with pride. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm so proud to be a Benin girl, born, brought up, and bred in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. So without wasting so much time, yes. So can I get some energy in the room? Let's see your favorite energy emoji as we begin. Our speaker is already in the house. Yes, he's already here. Okay, so yes, I welcome everyone. I can see Mabel, Omokar, Lovett, Faith, Alexander, Glory. Thank you all. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so excited to have you all here. And the truth of the matter is you are the most important person in this conference. I mean, we could have put everything together, and if you didn't come through, we wouldn't have had a successful program. So yes, I really want to appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody say wash hand. What are we washing hand for, Barrow? We should wash our hands for what? Okay, so yes, we are kicking off right about now. I'm just going to give an opening remark and tell us, yes, I know somebody is wondering at this time and age, somebody just wake up and say they want to do free conference. What's the motivation? So my name is Esoe Esther, and among so many things I do, one of them is I am a socialpreneur, and by that, I'm one person who is very concerned about societal development. I do that through my professions. Yes, so I am a business skill trainer, a human capital development expert, and an organizational development expert, away from being a psychotherapist or a family systems practitioner. But then like I said, I am one person who believes that when it comes to building the nation, we need to build the individuals because the individuals makes up the nation. Yeah. And so that every hill we see in the society is because there is a gap somewhere. But not to talk about that. So that's what I do as a socialpreneur. So I see a gap in society. I come up with an initiative or a program to answer that menace. In this case, this is 2023. Everybody is talking about AI, artificial intelligence, and I thought, like, okay, there is also a gap. What do we need to do? What can we do, to be able to make people understand a whole lot more about artificial intelligence? So when I was speaking with one of our speakers and trying to tell him the objective of his session, I said to him, a lot of people, if AI were a human being, therefore don't kill him. Do you understand? Therefore don't beef him, don't kill him. And why? Because a lot of people think like something is coming to take my job away from me, and then you want me to embrace it, right? So we decided to cover that gap, and that's why we came up with the Skillsprint Conference 2023, which is maximizing and navigating artificial intelligence in the 21st century. Yeah. So, what is this session about? There's so many exciting things about this session, but I'm just going to tell you briefly. And so, subsequently, in the next 3 days, you get the whole package of this conference. But for day one, because we are so behind time already, the essence of this program, if you look at it, it's a flow. I mean, it's a complete program. Now we have someone who is going to tell us and expose us to, artificial intelligence. Yeah. What is artificial intelligence? Is it just for tech people? Who else is artificial intelligence meant for? Yeah. So what is it just a buzzword? Like suddenly this year, AI, AI, AI. Is it only chat GPT? Is that all that there is to artificial intelligence? This we are trying to find out. And that's what our first speaker is going to be taking us through. And then the second person is going to be talking on, so because there's artificial intelligence, are we going to throw away the place of capital of personal development? Or is it that artificial intelligence is going to aid, or will personal development aid our use of artificial intelligence? And then somebody is going to be teaching us tomorrow on some of the skills you need to learn that will aid your use of artificial intelligence, especially ChatGPT in creating chat. And so we're going to be looking at copywriting as a skill to back up your efficiency in the use of AI. And then we're going to be looking at the how and worth of business. So the entrepreneurship mindset. Now you know about AI. How can you make a business out of it? So you can see it's a full program. Somebody's going to be talking to you on how to position yourself as an authority in your niche. Yeah. And so it's a very, very full program. And very importantly, after the program for 3 days, we're going to be taking you through a business mentorship session for 1 month in the group. And so that's why it's important that everybody joins the WhatsApp community. Yeah, because that's where we're going to be walking everybody through. And successful participants, because they're going to be activities. Successful participants at the end of the day, at the end of 1 month, is going to get their certificates. A certificate to show that, yes, you made it through. Isn't this just exciting? So, yes, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. So, right about now, our speaker is ready. In fact, is a handful. This guy is one of those that, is you see all the tech whatever that's happening in the states, all there is a brain behind it. And the speaker we're having today is that person, is the head of. Yes, thank you. Blessing says really exciting. Indeed, it's a power-packed program. So yes, so let me not do the job of the moderator. So we are going to be welcoming our speaker right about now. So our very first speaker is the person of Asemota Izodua Precious. Yes. However, Asemota Izodua Precious is ably represented by Mr. Precious as well. So guys, let's welcome Mr. Precious up on stage as before we bring him up, we see the bio of Mr. Asemota Izodua. Just after the bio, we will be welcoming his representative, Mr. Precious Gift Ekome. Thank you, guys. So yes, can we have
Hi guys. I believe you guys are actually excited about this program. And my name is John. Don't worry, you're going to see my face shortly. And honestly, I'm really, really excited about this. This is a lot, and I'm sure you guys can't wait to have our speaker. So let's quickly go through our speaker's bio before we actually bring him on. Mr. Asamuta Izodua Precious is currently the executive director of the Edo State Innovation Hub. That's Edo Innovate, and a consultant to Giz and Gopa, training entrepreneurs and startups on idea to product and sale and scale. He is the managing director of Sian Academy, a software company and a technology academy with operational roots in Nigeria and Africa. Wow. Mr. Izodua is a data scientist and product manager and works with several frontiers of influence, interfacing with different levels of government in other countries. He is currently a mentor and a VC on Ventures Capital for Africa, a platform that connects startups, entrepreneurs with the knowledge, support programs, mentors, and investors needed for success. He is a Google CIF First trainer, Data Hack 4FI, Data Expert Mentor 2019 for CC Hub, and Insight to Impact South Africa, and a Young African Leaders Initiative Mentor, YALI. Ladies and gentlemen, should I say ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready? I mean, are you guys really, really ready? Please, I want some fire emoji before I add him to the main stage. I want some fire. Let's burn down the comment section as we welcome Mr. Precious.
Hey people, good evening. Good evening and good evening from anywhere you are in the world at this point. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me? On the chat, please, can you confirm if you can hear me, guys?
I can hear you over here.
Okay, fantastic. Hi, everyone. Good evening, and thank you so much for having me on this conference. I'm representing Mr. Semota Izudua. basically. So he is at this point absent, so he has asked me to ably represent him. So my name is Precious Gift Ekome. I'm the faculty leader at Edo Innovate. I'm also a data analyst and a solutions architect. And this evening we're going to be speaking about AI, whether it's for techies basically, and as the future of technology. All right. So first and foremost, when you get to hear about AI, what exactly is AI? At this point, right? AI has become a buzzword that we can no longer ignore. It's something, right? That anywhere you turn, you get to hear about AI. It's either you're being inundated with ChatGPT or you're being inundated with Midjourney. So when you go on YouTube and all of that, you're getting to see, oh, it's AI revolution and all of that. So what exactly is this AI that keeps on showing in our faces and that seems to be threatening all our jobs, right? So what exactly is AI? We're going to speak about it, speak about the concept of AI, talk about the concerns of AI, and some of the examples of AI that we can use. And of course, we're going to also talk about the considerations of using this AI. And definitely, we are also going to speak about the dangers of AI. And then finally, we'll wrap this entire session up with who can use AI. And then we get to talk about the various AI across different industries and get to see how each and everyone can use it and can apply themselves for that. Hope we're all excited. Hope we are all excited, guys. So at this point now, this is going to be an interactive session. So on the chat, right, I would want to see how excited you are. So tell me how excited you are, guys. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So what exactly is AI? So when we get to hear artificial intelligence, so what do we think artificial intelligence is? Artificial intelligence, very simply, is a branch of computer science that gives computers intelligence. I'm pretty sure at this point you're wondering, why do we want to give computers intelligence? Have you never watched Terminator? Have you never watched Terminator? Why are we wanting to contribute to Terminator at that point? Now, artificial intelligence, very simply, right, enables computers to make decisions. All right. Now, these decisions basically are done via statistics and then maths and data, right? So getting to write computing getting to write computing, sorry about that. All right, so getting to write programming programming basically, right, to enable your computers or get to understand what you're doing, right, and getting to feed data into it. That is how artificial intelligence very simply was generated. Now you get to say, oh, but we are just getting to understand the concept of artificial intelligence. But then at this point, I would want to shock you that you have been using artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence did not start today, right? How many of us, let's say 2-3 years ago, when we are typing on our phone, we get to see predictive text, right? Over time, our phone gets to learn the way we type. How many of us have gotten to see that? Anyone? On the comment section, you have been typing on your phone before, and then at some point you just saw that the next one you want to type, they'll just say press space bar. It just simply predicts what you want to type. That is where artificial intelligence very simply started, right? Getting to do predictive text. So artificial intelligence did not even start today at all, right? It has been. We're just getting to see that this has exploded. The growth has basically moved from one phase to another because of the advent of computing technologies that we have today. All right. So artificial intelligence started from getting to work with predictive text, and then it moved on to the virtual assistant. Right now, I'm certain we all have heard about Siri, right? Apple's Siri, right? And then Amazon's Alexa, right? So when you get to speak, you get to see videos and all of that where you talk about where you speak to Apple Siri and Apple Siri replies you. Basically, that is still artificial intelligence, getting to reply your text, getting to reply your voice or your voice queries basically, and then getting to do certain things for you. That is still artificial intelligence. So we moved on from the time of predictive text to getting to work with Apple Siri, and now we are in the area of large language models, right? So the advent of ChatGPT, where you just wake up and say, "Oh, yo, ChatGPT, generate this text for me," and it does that seamlessly for you. You tell Midjourney, for example, to simply generate text for you, and of course, it generates images for you, and it does that seamlessly. All right, so the AI has always been around. What we are just getting to see is we are still getting to experience a different form of AI, right? So don't think it just started today. It has always been around. So once we now know that AI very simply is enabling computers to make decisions independent of humans, right? Or with minimal human input. At that point, you get to understand what AI is. Once again, you'll be thinking about this and say, but we have seen, is AI not dangerous, basically, right? Because I'm pretty sure all of us here watched Terminator, and then at some point we were talking about how the machines no longer obey the humans, right? Are we not moving towards that direction? No, we are not moving in that direction at this point, and AI doesn't do that, right? We are not yet in the world of that super intelligence. Basically, we are in a generic level of intelligence where these computers cannot make decisions outside of what they were built with. For example, the ChatGPT cannot begin to tell you what your grandfather's name is, right? Now, what are some of the concerns about AI? Right. Yes, you have seen the wonders that AI does, right? You've gotten to see that, ChatGPT just telling it A, it does this for me. Midjourney just telling it B, it does this for me. What are some of the concerns that some of us have with AI, right? You would definitely have heard that AI will come in and take your jobs. So at that point now you're palpitating like the convener Mr. Soy initially mentioned, right? You would say, oh, if AI was a human being, for example, I would want to fight this AI, right? AI at this point, would it take jobs? Yes. Is it every job that AI would take? No. AI would take jobs, right? Now, what AI would do basically is replace or take away those jobs that are repetitive, right, and do not require a lot of human intervention and human intelligence, right? So, to this very skillful person, AI is an enabler. It would not replace you. For example, you're a programmer, for instance, now you can use AI to seamlessly debug your code, right? You are a copywriter, for example, you can use AI to generate copies. It enables you. And of course, what you can do, right, is that you need to add an edge to what it has generated for you. You can't just wake up and say, oh, given that it has generated this content for me, I'm just going to go with it. At that point, it would replace your job. So you need the humanness at that point after you have used it. So it has to enable you. It's not going to replace you. So it's important. It's always important for you as an individual to keep on upskilling such that it doesn't just replace your job or it doesn't take your job. So for the very skillful, AI would not replace them, but it would enable them to do a lot more. All right. So now that being said, what are some of the considerations that you use when you're using AI? What are some of the things that you would want to consider when you are getting to use AI? Because of course it's a global phenomenon at this point. If you don't know about the various AI tools and how to use them, it seems like, oh, you are stuck in a dark world. Fantastic. It's important for you to know all of these tools that exist. But then how should you use them? All right. Now, one is it's very, very, very important, right, for you to say, oh, okay, when I want to use AI, you want to consider privacy. All right. privacy is key, because what you're simply doing is you are feeding AI with all the data, and like ChatGPT, it remembers. It always remembers. So if you go ahead and just simply feed in data that is otherwise private, right, what you would get to see is that at some point you have simply put your data on the internet. Now, yes, I'm not saying now that it's entirely unsafe, or it the minute you put your data there, it would you expose it to people. No, right? But then there are malicious individuals that are scouring the internet. So it's important for you to consider privacy, right? There are certain kinds of data that you should not put out there. Personally identifiable data, right? It's important that you do not put it out there. Then additionally, what exactly, so beyond just privacy, what other thing are the considerations to use it? Now, also, you want to also ensure that you are using it correctly, information correctness. An example, yes, we would say ChatGPT is a large language model and it does quite a number of things for us, right? But then there have been several instances where ChatGPT has generated fictitious information, right? So it's very, very important that when we are using these things, we want to be able to ensure that the information is correct, right? I can't tell you the number of times that I've used ChatGPT and it has generated even wrong, maybe for example, I asked it to generate a calculation, for example, right? And it would do that and generate a wrong answer for me at the end of the day, right? So if I didn't know the answer, right, I would have just simply put the wrong thing out there. So it's important as an individual that when you are using ChatGPT, you are using any of these AI tools, you are also able to ensure that you are cross-checking everything. You are a student, for example, right? You're a student, for example. So what exactly, if you use ChatGPT for generating content, or you use Quillbot for generating content, it's still very important, right, that you read through that content. Don't just say, oh, like we do in Nigeria and say, or in a lot of university, la cram, or copy and paste, la cram, la pour. You don't want to do that. You want to ensure that even when it has generated this content for you, as an individual, you want to go through his content, look at how correct the content that he has generated for you, look at what he has done for you. Is it really correct? Because just for the large language models that we are very used to, just a sentence, a word can change the entire meaning of the entire sentence, right? So it's important that you look through it, understand whatever it has generated for you, reread it, and ensure that what it has generated for you is entirely correct. All right. Now, getting to understand these considerations, what are some of the dangers of using Chat GPT or using AI basically? Now, the dangers of using AI, first and foremost, is the proliferation of fake news. The proliferation, basically the increase of fake news, right? Now, very typical example is I'm pretty sure we have all seen the videos and the audio recordings where it seems like there's a particular musician, right, that sang a song, but then the musician at no point released that particular audio, right? All they just did was when they used a particular AI to generate their voice, and it sounded a lot like them, right? So because of the advent of ChatGPT and the advent of a lot of AI tools, what you are now getting to see is the proliferation of fake news. So when you get to see news at this point, it's very important, right, that you scrutinize it. Secondly, there are tools now, there are video AI tools that will make it seem like that will change videos or will edit videos in real time, right? So I could basically be using an AI tool now and I will become a woman, right? So it still seems like, oh, it would seem like it's that woman that's speaking to you. Meanwhile, I am the person. So it's very important that you understand that the dangers of the AI tools now are basically the proliferation of fake news. And of course, getting these AI tools, when they get to fall into the hands of malicious individuals, they would use them sufficiently to carry out their malicious intent. So it's very important that we know that the dangers of AI is simply the proliferation of fake news. Now, what are some of the examples of AI? Right. So I would want you to tell me. So some of the examples of AI now, right? So for example, I'm pretty sure all of us here have heard about ChatGPT, right? A fantastic large language model that helps you with generating content, right? So it enables you to write, it enables you to paraphrase, and it enables you to do quite a lot of things. Right now, so you have ChatGPT, you have Quillbot, you have quite a number of them, right? So the the list is really exhaustive of the various AI tools that are available, right? So now we get down to the concept of the question, who then can use AI? Since we have learned all of these things about AI, right? Now we know the dangers, we know what AI is, right? We know the examples of AI, we know considerations of AI, and then we know the dangers at this point of AI. Who is now qualified to use AI? Now, this is where we now piggyback to the evolution of AI. So when we started, we said that AI initially was basically text predictions, right? Text predicting your text, and then Alexa's, that's virtual assistants and all of that. So during that time, what we saw was that the AI, the use basically was not available to to general public, right? You could only feed on it as an end product. You couldn't do anything beyond that. So it was people who were really technical, right, that could use these tools basically to create product. Now, with the advent of these large language models and the advent of computing and cloud computing, what you are now getting to see is that AI has become liberal, right? So it's no longer a very tech person that needs to know how to use AI. The person who can simply operate a computer, right? Anyone who can browse the internet can use AI. As long as you can simply type, you can very simply use AI, right? So now, given that that is certain or that is clear, right? So what are some of the AI tools that we have available? As students, for example, right? So we have tools like Quillbot. So what exactly does Quillbot do? Right, Quillbot is a paraphrasing tool. So for example, you get you are trying to do your research or dissertation, right? And you want to use a paraphrasing tool, you can very simply use Quillbot, and Quillbot will enable you simply paraphrase seamlessly. And then we have Grammarly, right? I'm pretty sure quite a number of us know Grammarly, right? So Grammarly, what exactly does Grammarly do? Grammarly enables, it goes through your text or the article that you're writing or your write-up, and then it helps you to correct grammatical errors. It also even enables you to paraphrase. It enables you to paraphrase. Now, and then you have ChatGPT. Now, for me, when I speak about ChatGPT, I would say that ChatGPT enables you, it provides a guide for you. It provides a guide for you. Remember when I mentioned the considerations, right, of using AI? It provides a guide for you. So, for example, you want to write an article, right? You can simply tell ChatGPT, oh, okay, this is the kind of article I want to write. What headings do you think I should write under? And then you very simply see that what ChatGPT will do is it will generate various headings for you. And then you can simply look at it and you can tally it to what you want to write. At that point, it has simply enabled you to make your work a whole lot easier. And then if you can even ask it to do some write-up under some of those headings, and you look at it and edit some of those write-ups to fit what you very simply want, and then you are good to go, right? So as students, you have got Quillbot, you have ChatGPT, right, for generating content, you have Quillbot for paraphrasing, and of course you have Grammarly, right? For checking the text, checking your what you have simply written, right? To see whether it is grammatically correct. And for content creators, right? So now this one, I came across it a few weeks back, right? It's called Synthesia. So what exactly does Synthesia mean now? Now, basically, I'm pretty sure at some point, those who are content creators have had issues where they are the people that they are serving, right? Maybe they do not speak their language, or a particular audience they do not speak their language, and what they're just simply stuck with is just English or a specific language. Now, what Synthesia does for you is very simply it enables you as a content creator or as an individual, right? So record a video and it enables that video to be translated to any other language, right? Now here's the beautiful part. Even when it's translated to another language, it even does it that your lip would look like that you're speaking that particular language. So it's no longer like, oh, you know the kind of movies that we're used to in Nigeria, for example, where you would say, oh, we're watching a movie that's not in English, and then you get to see that the lip movements and the wordings are entirely different. Now, Synthesia has done it such that it will even seem like you are speaking that language, right? So as a content creator, you can simply say, oh, I'm serving a diverse audience now at this point. I'm no longer serving audience from Nigeria. I'm serving audience from across the world. I'm serving audience in, maybe, for example, China. I'm serving audiences in maybe France. I'm serving audience in Spain. I'm serving audience in Mexico. What Synthesia can very simply do for you is, when you produce your content, what it would simply do is it will help you to generate that content in multiple languages. Now tell me, is that not amazing, right? So would ChatGPT at that point replace, or would Synthesia now replace content creators? Of course not. What it simply does is it enables that content creator to reach more audiences. So which makes you now realize that it would not take your job. As an individual, as a person who is really skilled, like I mentioned earlier on, what these AI tools will do for you is it will enable you a lot more. Okay, so Habertino is asking a question. He says, for someone with zero tech knowledge, what aspect of AI can I take advantage of? The first question you want to ask yourself is, what career are you in at this point? Right? So what career are you in at this point? So when you know the career that you are in at this point, right, it becomes easy for you to know the various AI tools that you can use. Now, I'll drop a link, right, that we can very simply see over 100 different AI tools in different industries, where as an individual you can simply get into and begin to use, right, based on the career path that you have chosen. Like I mentioned, that with the advent of ChatGPT and the various large language models, right, you no longer need to be very technical for you to be able to consume these tools, right? And then you have designers, graphics designers, motion designers, and all of that, right? You have tools like Midjourney and Dell-E. Now, what exactly do these things do? Midjourney and Dell-E has even made individuals like you and me who have zero sense of design, I mean zero sense of design, to be able to just come up and say, oh, okay, you know what, Midjourney, I want this particular kind of picture, and Midjourney will generate it for you by very simply using prompts. Nothing more, nothing less, right? So nothing more, nothing less. All you need to do is what? Sign up. And when you sign up, you simply prompt it, and it generates something like that for you. If you don't like that kind of the kind of picture it generated, you simply prompt it again, and it simply generates another one for you. So as a designer, you can use Midjourney and Dell-E, and this would very simply enhance your work. Programmers, for example, those who would refer to us as our tech bros and all of that. Now, you have things like ChatGPT, right? Now, ChatGPT is stellar in the way it can handle quite a lot of things that are thrown its way, right? It can help you paraphrase. It can even help you debug code, right? So ChatGPT can enable you to debug code. It can even help you to write code from scratch. right? But then it still doesn't replace it, because when you write it, sometimes ChatGPT writes inefficient code. So as a programmer, you still need to look at that code, get to understand what the code looks like, and you are able to tweak it to fit in what you are looking for. And of course, you also had GitHub Autopilot, right? So what Autopilot simply does for you is, as a programmer, when you get to use VS Code, it enables you to do a lot more, right? Because with prompts, right, you can simply make your coding experience a lot better. And then you have animators, right? So people who wake up and then, oh, okay, you know what, I'm animating a particular thing and all of that. Now, you have an AI tool called Raw Shots. So what exactly does Raw Shots do? So it enables you to simply generate animations from text prompts. With text prompts, you generate your content, your animations, and you're good to go, right? So this no longer limits you as an animator or even as an individual. You can simply just go on and sign up on any of these ones that you have interest in, and then begin to generate content, right? And then, of course, as a marketer or as a copywriter, you have copy.ai. Now, you would say, oh, once again, Precious, if we have copy.ai, would that not already take my job? Now, here's the deal. It wouldn't. What it would do is, like I mentioned earlier on, it can enable you to generate a structure. The tweaking is entirely up to you. The tweaking is entirely up to you. And then we have music. So in the music industry, we have tools like Jukebox, right, that enables you to simply generate music, like it enables you to generate mp3 or generate music bars from what you have, basically, right? And then you have Supertone, right? So these are simply AI tools that enable you as a musician or as a producer to generate beats and generate new rhythm from pre-existing ones, right? So when you get to see that you have these amount of AI tools that are available to you as an individual, it's very important, right, that you are able to make use of these tools. Yeah, Olajide is saying Google Bard. Fantastic. Yes. Yes. Google Bard is also quite good, right? Now, but then Google Bard is seemingly playing a second fiddle to ChatGPT at this point, right? So yeah, that's why I just decided to skip Google Bard, basically. But then, right, Google Bard is still just a large language model, but like ChatGPT, right, that enables you to do quite a lot by simply prompting text. So once you get to now see that as an individual, all of these areas I mentioned, all of these career paths I mentioned, a lot of them do not have to do with a person who is very technical. They don't have to do with a person who is really technical. They just need a person in that career path that uses it and uses it really well. And then it enables you to enhance your work. So no more no more delays at this point now, because you have an enabler, you have an enhancer, the one that enables you to meet targets quicker than you would normally meet those targets. So any questions at this point, people? Any
Wow.
questions?
Wow, this is like a lot. This is a lot. Like my head has been doing boom boom since I'm just like, wow, this is you just expose so many things, and in fact, this is a whole lot. And I believe the guys watching on YouTube, I believe you guys are gaining actually gained a lot from this. If you have, please drop your fire emoji, and please, we are going into the Q&A session now. So let's ask questions. I believe he has actually like explained a lot concerning this AI stuff, and now you know that you don't need to go to maybe Harvard or anything to go and learn it. Okay, it's something you can actually just work is on your mobile phone, is everywhere. In fact, there's actually AI for almost everything, sir. Am I correct, sir?
Yep.
There's AI for everything, every single thing you are doing. There's an AI tool for it. All you just need to do is just to know the right one to use, and you are good to go. But there's actually AI tool for every single thing, everything at all that you want to do. So if you have your questions, please just go ahead and just let's ask questions, and move from okay. I think I'm seeing some comment here. Okay, yeah, okay, you guys are drawing the fire emoji. So I personally have a question. While I wait for them, I'm going to like ask my own question. Um, for example, you actually made mention of like the risk of AI, but are there ways to actually like mitigate this particular risk?
Okay, yes, it is. So it's quite important first and foremost that you understand the risks, right? So exposure first and foremost is important, right? Getting to know that these risks exist. Now, for example, as a programmer, you if you just go ahead and then copy because you're having issues with the code, right? You're having errors. You now copy proprietary code that normally is not, that doesn't exist in ChatGPT or doesn't exist publicly, right? And then you just simply put it out there, right? What you have done is breach of contract, right? So it's important for you to know what exactly is should be private data and what exactly can be made public. Now, I mentioned also that publicly available data is also important, right? So getting to understand that there are personally identifiable data, all right, that you should not simply just put out there. You can't just go and say, oh, okay, ChatGPT, take this and then put in your phone number, your email, and all of that. It shouldn't be in ChatGPT, right? Because we you don't get to know who has access to what. Now, truth is, there are still debates here and there as per whether the data that you feed ChatGPT would be at any point available publicly. Let me even tell you, right? So there's data that I have fed ChatGPT over time, right? And then today I just said, oh, based on what I have fed you, do this. Now, I did not feed it this data today. I did not feed this data yesterday. I didn't feed it this data this month. I simply said, based on what I have fed you over time, do this. And it did it based on the data I have fed it. So it's important for you to know that when you are using ChatGPT or you're using any of these AI tools, you don't put out um, personally identifiable information.
Mm. Wow, wow. Wow, awesome, sir. Awesome. This is a lot, and I actually like get this feeling that okay, anytime people are like because for to some people actually like tutors here. They teach at secondary school students. Some
Okay.
so I know that there's actually AI that can still help in that aspect. But the thing is, if we like for some of them, I don't know if it is advisable to just expose kids to something like this, and how can we actually like not make because you know kids now the moment they know so if I just go to ChatGPT and type 2 plus 2, everything is done, like done. In fact, because I read it somewhere, I think when ChatGPT actually came out that time, that there's a particular country that they did zero GPT. I don't know if I'm correct, that to
Yeah,
actually like
yeah,
counter
yeah.
so to check the result and everything so that people don't start misusing it or something like that. So
Yes.
how can we actually like curb that in because exposing this to students now and how can we use it? Let's assume that okay, I'm a teacher now and I want to use this AI to actually like train my students. How can I like protect my student from not depending so much on that particular AI tool that it will not become, you understand, it will have this adverse effect on it.
Okay, so I think it's quite important to constantly remind them that it's not going to replace you, right? ChatGPT and the others, right? The various tools that you get to use does not replace the use of your brain, right? So the more you get to use it, the more dependent you become on that. And then, of course, we know over time what you get to see is that when the human body, right, the less you depend on something, right, for use, the more idle that particular thing would be, right? So it's important to constantly remind them that while you are being exposed to this tool, it doesn't take away the place of thinking. And then, of course, we are also in Nigeria where today, for example, or where the internet is not always reliable, right? So if you are constantly relying on ChatGPT to provide you answers, what if there are no issues? A few minutes before I joined this session, I think I don't. whether it's from my end. I think ChatGPT was having issues where I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see history that I had used before. That's my prompt history. I couldn't see it at all. I couldn't even do new prompts. So in cases like that, what then do you do? So you understand? So it's to constantly remind them that ChatGPT is not there, or these tools are not there to replace you. You need to be able to use it really, really well to enable yourself. As a student, for example, ChatGPT can simply help you explain concepts in ways that your teacher would not explain it. So you're not understanding a particular thing, copy it, paste it on ChatGPT, and it explains it really well for you. It can explain the concept of astrophysics to a 5-year-old. So if you can do that, so what you want to do, right, is that you want to simply understand this concept. You're not simply saying, oh, since I have ChatGPT, let me just simply go ahead and forget every other thing that we do. So it's important to constantly drum that into their heads.
Thank you so much. We have some questions here, which I'm going to like pin on the screen. Silly and News TV said, are available at these apps you mentioned? Like that's
okay.
true,
So,
actually.
all right. So some of them are free. Some of them are paid. All right. But then I think I've sent the link for the various apps to Mr. Soe. Right. So what you would get to see is that for some of them, right, you would use them for free. Right. I think ChatGPT is at this point is free, but you have the paid version. You have, I think, Mid Journey is also free, right? I think Mid Journey is free, maybe to certain prompts and all of that. Because truth is, all of these things they are quite expensive to maintain, right? So I'm pretty sure there will be a free version and then there will be a paid version. So use the one that works for you.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. So there's one more question, and this one is from Obaro Joseph, and he's saying that how do you become good in prompts? Because I know one thing about this thing is what you feed it. The result is that will actually come for you depends on what you actually like give it. If you
Yep.
don't know how to actually give it the right thing, you might not really get the right thing. So I know that
Yep.
I know that for sure. But how do we actually become good in this prompting?
So at this, it's important for you to understand that it's practice makes perfect, right? Practice makes perfect. Number one, the more you practice, the more you get to know that, oh, the way if I prompt it this way, it gives me this kind of result. Number one. Then number two is that's why ChatGPT doesn't replace intelligence, right? So you also need to be able to feed it intelligent prompts for it to give you intelligent answers, right? So
Mm.
intelligence and practice.
Mm, 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 mm. You see why you see why AI cannot replace you because you also need to be smart for it to actually adopt the
Yep.
smartness of AI. Because if for example, okay, AI enhances your work, makes your tasks better. Honestly, that's the fact. Okay, you need don't have that feeling that he's going to like take my job or anything. And I think I can't really blame people, sir, because if you really notice when these things actually came out, it was as if I just go to this one now, I'll just content writers, everything is already set, no issue.
Yep.
So people were actually like afraid of their jobs, like, wow, are you sure my boss not just adopt this and just lay me aside? So this kind of thing is not. I understand the fears we actually had then. So it's something that is. But now, thank God for a program like this to actually like enlighten us that okay, look at it, guys. This thing is not going to replace you. It's really going to even help you become the best version of yourself if you know how to use it very well. And that's why this particular conference, something like this, we just learn and like you said, just keep practicing. The more you practice, the more you what you learn it. And one thing I actually noticed because I've used Mid Journey before. I've used Blue Willow and that's like image generation AI.
Yeah.
I've used them, and one thing is they usually have these templates. Like for example, now you want to like create a particular picture. There's a template there for you. You can just copy that template, use it, just change some of the text. It will also help you to know how to write prompt. So that's another thing that I've actually
All
like
right. So just a quick one, John. Thank you very much. The person who is asking, how do you become good in prompting? If you listen carefully, we did mention that there is a section on prompting, right? So
exactly.
we don't thank you. We understand that there's a lot of questions around on AI. That's why they are broken into different sessions. So there is a session for prompting. So we advise you, everybody, those of you here who are yet to join the Telegram group or the WhatsApp group, do well to join in now so that you can follow through, right? Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mr. Precious. So grateful. We are so excited to have you. I mean, indeed, the
Thank
teacher
you for
in you
having
came
me.
out, see the expose. My head was
Thank you.
just going left and right, like, is this AI? Is it AI we're still talking about, or is something else? Thank you so much, Mr. Precious. I really do appreciate. Thank you so much. You've done a
All
very,
right, thank
very
you.
amazing job, and we're so glad to have you. We're privileged to have you here. Thank you so much. So,
All right, thank you guys for having me.
thank you so much. So, we're just going to take our announcement now and then bring in the second speaker.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
yes.
going to
So
drop
I think John has
the
an
link.
announcement to give how you're going to
Exactly.
join in for the next session. So I think this video is going to end now, and the link for the next session is going to be dropped. You guys don't want to miss Victoria Wana. That girl is a firebomb. She's an energy, right? So yes, John, you just dropped the
Okay.
link. Let's
Yeah,
have the
I've just sent the
announcement. Those
link
of them
now.
that are not on the group, let them join so that they can get the link to the other video and join in immediately.
So
Yes,
that's the
so
link there,
this is the link.
guys. So just
I
go
don't
and
know
wait
how
there
they
for
can
us.
copy this. So yes, so I
No,
don't know
no,
how they
no.
can copy this, but guys, just check the comments. You're going to
If
see
you check
this
the
link,
comments, you
and
see
then
it there. Just click on it. It will direct you there straight up.
yes, and then if you're not on the WhatsApp group, you can also just join the WhatsApp group. So the link to the second session will be dropped there. You can just click on it and join in from there. All right. So thank you so much, guys. We will be coming in immediately. John, any other announcements?
Yeah, please follow us on our social media platform. Make sure you follow us. It is very, very important so you don't miss out on updates. Okay, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell, because anytime we create something like this, so that I can be the first to actually like get the notification that hey, we have something up. So you don't forget, because there's no replay for this particular video, so you just have to be here to watch. And I'm sure you guys have taken down notes. You guys have actually written down a lot. So please keep practicing, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and we'll see you in the next session shortly.